What it do, homie? So we are out here with some more Vocaloid. This time we are checking out a song by the creator Crusher Echo, and we're using Gumi vocals on this. Let's go ahead, shut up, turn it up. Flashing images. Proceed with caution and an open mind. Open mind.
The clock stopped ticking forever ago. How long have I been up? I don't know. I can't get a grip, but I can let go. There wasn't anything to hold on to though. Why can't I see? Why can't I see all the colors that you see? Please can I be? Please can I be colorful and free? What the hell's going on? Can someone tell me please? Why am switching faster than the channels on TV? I'm black and I'm white. No, suddenly it's not right. My enemy's invisible. I don't know how to fight. The trembling fear is more than I can bear. When I'm up against the cold in the mirror.
Oh my goodness, bro. Oh, that's that carbonation bass type of thing. Okay. All right. Yeah, this, this came out 24. Jesus, bro. I taught a class in that year down at K-State 2014. Jeez, this was really making me feel my age right there. Amazing, right? Can't get a grip, black and white. Interesting that it's interesting that you compare it to an echo in the mirror, right? Instead of just saying like an echo. So that means that, mirror reflection is something that I see as opposed to like a fleeting thought, if you will, right? Because I'm not staring at it. So it's just an echo and I try to think about it and then I forget it. And I can just catch fleeting moments of what it was. It's kind of like, what they say, what's that? You're losing your train of thought. That's essentially kind of like an echo where you just remember pieces of it. So essentially in the mirror is something that I am looking at. So instead of being the thought, it could be more a larger overview of who you are. And you're just catching fleeting moments of that, right? Like you was this person and now you're a little bit of this person. It doesn't have as much potency as it does. And it just keeps fading away further and further and further as you're trying to grasp onto it. But you can't, you know what I mean? Okay. But this music, the bass is, if you guys didn't know, I am a lover of bass music, man. Jesus. The interesting thing about that is that the enemy is invisible. So it's kind of like who the enemy is. Like, let's say that you say, yeah, cool, I am the enemy and everything, but invisible because I can't formulate, like I said, it's visible. I don't know how to fight. I can't formulate an attack plan against that. Or maybe it's hard for me to accept that I am the one that's causing my downfall, if you will. So I can't see it, like who is sabotaging me, right? You could also kind of look at it as kind of a lack of accountability. You know what I mean? Somebody out there is trashing me. It cannot be me. You know what I mean? But it also just be reflection on oneself, right? It's a battle that you can fight. Most likely it's with yourself. You can't accept it, or you do know it is, but how do you fight yourself? Especially if you got a lot of bunch of stuff going on in your head. It'd be easier to kind of just accept it, right? But you're having issues doing so because it's just fleeting. Yeah. Okay. The solo. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, when I'm listening to these Vocaloid songs, some of my favorite part has got to be the solos, and it's mostly because I know that feeling of just jamming out. You know what I mean? Because I do play the saxophone, and there be times where, because you don't rehearse solos. You know what I mean? you can practice, make sure you know your skills, make sure you're hitting the right notes. But when it comes time to it, it's just time to jam. You know what I mean? That might be the most fun, the most fun part of creating music is when you do have somewhat of a solo, because you might have a structure. I mean, pretty much the entire song for the most part is going to be kind of like improvising, you know what I mean? But you have your parts that gets looped and everything. Like once you figure that out, all right, move it over to section B, C, D if you have and then add like a little extra stuff in there to make it a little bit different. When it comes to that solo time, you just take a deep breath, press play, and just put your hands on the keys or the instrument you play and just you know what I mean? People who play the instruments, those faces that you get, just ooh, come on now. So I love them solos, man. They speak to my soul. And not an echo of it either. What? Okay. Oh, wow. Very interesting stuff going on here, right? We obviously have the back and forth, the light, the dark side, a lot of aggression added. And what's even crazier is that while I'm listening to that, I didn't think that I could get even heavier. And boy, was I wrong. It did get heavier. That little intermission right here, where it's kind of like the question mark and everything, musically, from the concept standpoint, the more instruments that you add, the more energetic it's going to be. That's kind of like duh, you know what I mean? But it is important, especially when you're trying to tell a story. Transitions, mood, release, tension, all that stuff serves a purpose to bridge to the next part and to make sure that it translates well. You know what I mean? Like when you're making music, you don't want all your instruments up there at the front. You want it to gradually build. But in this case, having those sudden fall offs can sometimes feel a little, it's the word I'm looking for, feel a little unhinged, if you will, because sometimes you get like a transition, like maybe there's a cymbal crash to kind of give you a sense that, all right, we're moving on. But in this case, it just 100% just kind of went away. Remember when I was talking about like the echo, where you kind of just remember fleeting thoughts, or you see fleeting images of yourself until it's completely gone? Just based off the music concept, is giving me an idea that the echo is there. Like it's not necessarily a long tail, like it's there and then it's gone. The next day, with how often it's kind of switched between this light and dark side. And then while you're switching, there's that part where you're just in the middle, like on some Matrix type stuff, stuck in a USB cable. You don't know where to go. And then the music just cutting straight off after being so aggressive leaves you like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on? So it even gives the listeners a really, really good like mental feeling. This, God, you get what I'm saying. Crush, you did a good job with that one. You was on yeah. Oh, no, wait. Echo, VST. Yes. Crush, yes. Good job. Into that, I was actually going to make a comment about like the multiple voices that could be possibly going on into your head. It happened right at this where it's kind of like chopped vocals going on in the background, and I was going to pause and like kind of talk about that, but then you pretty much nailed it on the head with this right here. We also kind of heard that echo, a bunch of things that's kind of going on at once, the fleeting thoughts, the fleeting images of yourself until you finally land on one, right? But it's like a roulette. You could be the dark side, it could be the light side. You know what I mean? So. know what? If you speed this song up and then you change the kick out for something that's a little bit more transient, this could definitely fit as a hard style techno song. And you know what? It probably would go stupid. Y'all can hear it. I mean, maybe the bass part wouldn't translate as well, but I think it will go hard. I might have to speed this up. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about this down in the comments. If my takes were just wildly too different. If you took something else from it, I do read all my comments. Let me know and I will read it down there. Dave's out.